Let's pray. Heavenly come to church. God, thank you for tonight. God, I know the Bible said where two or three are gathered together in my name. I came for your name. I know others came in your name. We didn't come here just to come here to church, so we came to meet with you. And God, we desire that. We long for that. That's what we need, God. God, ain't got to be a tremendous crowd tonight to have church. God, ain't got to be two or three just want to meet with Jesus. God, and I believe you'll do it. And I pray and stir us tonight. Help us tonight. Oh, God, help us out Luke 16 to preach, God, the unsearchable riches of Christ Jesus. God, I pray. You preach me, God, use me and help me. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, I love this thought. Boy, I got to think of that crummy comparison. Boy, look at Luke 16, verse 19. We look at it from the side of the rich man burning in hell, but he ain't the only one in this story. And by the way, I don't believe it's a parable. Amen. I don't believe this is a parable. God, Jesus never mentioned a man's name in a parable. Amen. If he mentioned a parable, a man's name was never mentioned. Amen. But here in this story, he mentions Lazarus, but he doesn't mention the rich man. Amen. I'll give you two reasons why I believe he didn't mention the rich man. One, he might have done it out of the fact of courtesy, because his family might have still been alive. And burdened, because they'd be burdened because he would be in hell. And he did not want to burden them with that thought that their dad, brother, whatever, was in hell. Maybe that's why Jesus did not mention who it was. But then I got thinking about this. Over in the Bible said that whenever he tells a lost man, he casts him out. The Bible said he tells him, I never knew you. Amen. He may not have mentioned his name because Jesus didn't know his name. Amen. Jesus may not have said the rich man's name because Jesus did not know the rich man's name. Because when he died with the hell, God wiped away every memory of the rich man. Amen. Amen. So I don't know why, but he's not mentioned. But this ain't a parable. It's a true story. Amen. And there's two people in it. There's a man that's a rich man, and there's a man named Lazarus. And well, I've always said this, but just because it means you got money don't mean you're going to hell. And because you don't got money means you're going to hell. If you don't got Jesus, you're going to hell. If you do have Jesus, you're going to heaven. Amen. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with money or no money. It has to do with if you're saved or not saved. Amen. Amen. Listen, I give you this. I got to look down through this chapter. The Bible said, from the rich man's table. I thought we could have a crummy comparison. He said, where are you going, Brother John? I will say this. He wanted a crumb. He just wanted a little bit of something. But he got everything he'd ever wanted. He was a beggar, but when he got up there, he wasn't a beggar. Now, he was sick, but when he got up there, he wasn't sick. Then this man Lazarus had lost it all, but he got it all when he died. Amen. Amen. He got it all when he left this world. He got everything he'd ever wanted. Well, listen right here. The Bible said in verse 21 or verse 20, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate with sores. I want to take time out and say this. I believe that he had some friends. He must have had somebody that cared enough to lay him at a rich man's gate. He thought, boy, that man's got a lot of money. That man's got a lot of wealth. That man can give me something. That man can give my friend something. So I'm going to lay my friend at the gate of this rich man. And hopefully he'll help my poor beggar friend. And he did. But I'll say this. This ain't the message. But I'm just going to get the message in a minute. But I say this, you can look at the rich man as a saved child of God in type. He was not saved. And I know that. But I'm saying in typology and looking at it of how Christians act, we have it all. But we don't want to give them nothing. We have what the world needs. But yet we don't give it to them. They're dying at our doorstep and going to hell. And we do not give them what they need. Here's a man died, literally died at the rich man's gate and does die. And he didn't have to die. To me, I think he probably died of starvation. Must mean he was hungry. And he hadn't had. And the only thing that even had a little bit of concern for this man was dogs. The Bible said the rich man had dogs that came out and licked the man's sores. While I read that, I think a lot of times the lowly is what to help other people. If somebody's been low and they get saved by the grace of God, God changes their life, they'll help somebody that's as low as they were. Because they know where they came from. Amen. Right. Don't ever get over what Jesus brought you out of. Don't get over what Jesus bought you from. Don't get over what Jesus has changed your life from what you used to be to what you are today. Amen. 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 Lord help us. I'll give you this thought. Verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. He just wanted a little bit. And think about it. A rich man's crumb ain't a poor man's crumb. And I can't help this. Maybe I'm just carnal minded. It really ain't bad though, but it is carnally minded, I guess. Really, it makes me think about a crumb. And maybe it's because I read this story so many times I was a kid, or because my wife likes to watch this movie every time Christmas rolls around. They can watch that Grinch Stole Christmas, leaving crumbs much too small for others whose mouths. Amen. I got that thought stuck in my head. I know that's ignorant, and I probably just revealed a big bunch of ignorance, but that's truth. Amen. Every time I think of that word crumb, when I'm preaching about it, thinking about it, I think of that poem you heard as a kid and hear it on that TV. But anyhow, I got thinking about that. This is not a small crumb, though. This is probably not a small crumb. If it's a crumb, it's a big old crumb of a steak. Throw me that crumb. Somebody say amen to that. It's a big old crumb of a cheeseburger. Throw it over here. I want it. I think a big old crumb of pork chops. Yes, sir. Give me one of them. Amen. I'll take that. You say, I don't want mine. Throw me yours. I eat it too. Amen. Well, I tell you, I like all that. Well, I'm a meat eater too. Amen. I'm telling you, I am a meat eater. I eat a little bit of vegetables, about 1% vegetable and 99% meat. If you do better than that, God bless you. I don't, but I wish I did. I need to do better about that. But anyhow, if I give you this, I got to look at this beggar man, and he's sitting here and he's wanting a crumb. He's desiring a crumb, longing for a crumb, longing for just a little bit of a crumb, and God gives him a brand new world to live in. He dies and gets everything that he's ever wanted in life. All he wanted was a crumb, but he got a whole meal. He got everything they needed. Amen. Listen to this, verse 21. I got to thinking, if you could call the poor beggar down to service tonight and sat him down, said, hey, Mr. Lazarus, why is it such a crummy comparison? Why is a crumb so little compared to what all you got? What did you get? I believe one thing he'd say is this. He said, it's such a crummy comparison because a cost I do not have to pay. Because of a cost that I do not have to pay. Look at verse 21, verse 22. And desired to be fed with a crumb, verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. He wasn't carried, he was buried. Amen. He wasn't carried, he was buried. Amen. The Bible said to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. That means in the moment of death, I do not sleep in a grave. At the moment of death, my eyes will open in a brand new world with Jesus. Amen. The lost man's eyes will open immediately to a place called hell. Amen. That's why the very next verse, after it said the rich man was buried, verse 23 said, and in hell he lifted up his eyes. Yeah. And I tell you this is important here. There's a lot of times that people take these new versions take that word lift and they make it lifted and make it past tense. I don't believe that's a good way to put it. I'll tell you why. Because he's not lifted his head in hell. He is every day, every moment, every second lifting his eyes once and again and again and again in hell. He's lifting his eyes. Amen. It ain't just happened one time, and it's not just in the past. It's happening today. Right. Just like it happened yesterday. Amen. Listen to this. He lifted up his eyes, being in torments. Seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. And said Lazarus, they may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented. In this flame, when I read that verse, I thought this. He is burning and screaming in a place called hell. And here Lazarus is. And if you could hear Lazarus, I believe Lazarus would say, hallelujah, I am not there. Hallelujah, I'm not going there. Hallelujah, I'm not in hell.
Amen.
You say, I don't have a lot of jokes about tonight. Life has been bad. And life does get bad at times. I ain't going to say don't. But if you're not in hell, you have reason to rejoice. Amen.
Amen.
If you lose your job, if you lose your job, but you're saved, you will never ever go to hell. And if you say, well, John, I have family problems, you may have. But if you're saved, you'll never die and go to hell.
Amen.
You cannot have a bad day like you have if you're in hell.
Amen.
It gets hot like it is right now. These boys will say, boy, it is hot, and they'll compare it to hell. I'll say, boy, this ain't even a smidge on God's thermometer of hell. This don't even begin to compare to hell.
Amen.
Not even close to hell. We're breathing. And we're breathing God's good air. And down in hell, they're breathing smoke and fire and brimstone. They're not breathing good God's air.
Amen.
Amen. A cost I do not have to pay. I do not have to go to hell. Listen, I get discouraged just like anybody else does. But I'll tell you, really, if you really look at it, we really have nothing to be discouraged about. We have nothing to be discouraged about. Hey, because the one thing that would have ruined our whole eternity is done away with when Jesus in his death on the cross. I tell you, we've got grace and mercy and not going to hell. Amen. The one thing that would have ruined our eternity will never happen. Will never happen. Ain't that a blessing? We get the muddy grubs and we get burdened down, and I know you do, and I do too. But thank God we're not going to hell. Amen. Thank you, Miss Sarah. I'm glad there's a cost I do not have to pay. I do not have to go to hell. I mean, I'm not going to hell. I mean, my hands will never feel the flames of hell. My hair will never be singed by hell. He said, Brother John, is there a reason to get excited? I'm going to tell you. I can already teach you what I was in their study a little bit this morning, talking about shouting and praising God. Is there a reason for all that? Oh, yes, there is. If we're not going to hell, there's plenty of reason to worship. And I'll tell you this, we have a day where people don't want you to do that. Where people get sick of it. They get tired of worship. I say, hallelujah, I don't give a rip. I got about 100 pounds of galvanized. I don't give a rip. Poured down inside of my soul. And I just want to live for God. Worship him, amen. Because he's worthy. Amen. Amen. Now, I believe we want to worship because we're not going to hell. How Lazarus, if he was asked, and said, Lazarus, what makes this place so great? And that crumb's so small and crummy. He'd say, well, it's because I don't have to go where the rich man is. I don't have to go to hell. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
The cost I do not have to pay. A comfort. How many of us to ask old Lazarus, why? What is so happy about? What's the big deal, Lazarus? I sat him down, what's the big deal? What makes that so crummy in this one? How many Lazarus would say, I got a great comfort. I enjoy it every day. I have comfort here in this place. I have comfort. That rich man has torment. But every day of my life, I have comfort. Listen to this, verse 23. He says in verse 23, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And why like that? You know, when you're a little bitty baby or a little bitty kid, your mama pull you up close to her bosom and love you and care for you and rub your head. If it's a storm, she'll rub your head and tell you it's going to be all right. I will say this, thank God for them times Jesus has pulled me up to his bosom, has rubbed my head and told me it's going to be all right. And God's still going to be God when it's all said and done. I'm glad God has pulled you up to his bosom. Amen.
Amen.
He'll give us cup that the world cannot give. He said, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you, but my peace. He don't give it like the world does. World's peace can be taken away in a moment. God's peace can stand when the world's on fire. Amen. The world's peace can go when you got a job, when the job's gone, when the money's gone, when the friends are gone, when family's gone. But that God's peace, that'll last when the world's on fire and burning to the ground. God's got peace for us. Amen.
Amen.
Thank God for comfort. He even uses the word here in verse 25. But now he is comforted. Well, we need comfort. We need comfort. We know somebody loves us. There's a lot of kids. You watch children. And I've watched kids sometimes. You just watch children, young people. Little bitty kids that want attention because they don't get it at home. They love for somebody to talk to them because nobody else talk to them. They love somebody to hang out with them because nobody else want to hang out with them. I mean, somebody needs to be there for them. Amen. That's exactly what we need to do. Somebody needs to be there for somebody. You need to be there for somebody in your life. Amen. I don't want to die and leave this world and have not helped somebody before I live. Amen. I thought about that comfort. It's comfort knowing somebody cares. It's comfort knowing somebody loves you.
Amen.
It's comfort knowing somebody cares about you. Amen. We could say all day long, I don't care if anybody loves. I don't care if anybody cares. You do. You do just like I do. You care that somebody cares. You care if somebody loves you. And thank God there's somebody who does.
Amen.
But more than even here, when we get up there, I believe the Lord Jesus at some point in time in these eons of eternity, he's going to sit me on his lap and lay me on his bosom and love me all the way through eternity.
Amen.
And tell me he loves me and he cares about me and tell me how much I need to him. Amen.
Amen.
Heard a man say it on the way down the road coming to church tonight. He said, a lot of times you'll buy something. After you get done buying it, it don't mean as much as it did when you bought it. Right before you bought it, boy, you was happy. Man, I've got to have it. Then all of a sudden you buy it, and it just does not mean as much as it did. It is great of a present. It is great of a purchase as it was that day when you bought it. I'll tell you this, Jesus thinks as much of us tonight as he did when he saved us by the grace of God. He does not want to turn in his receipt at the customer service desk and take us back and get another. He is just glad he bought us and purchased us. He's not wanting to take us back.
Amen.
He's just as glad tonight that he bought me as he was those years ago that he bought me. He's just as glad tonight, Brother Tony, as he was that night when I asked him. Amen. He ain't. Not at all. He still loves you. Lazarus is a poor beggar man, and he got in. If I don't tell you money ain't got nothing to do with it, he wouldn't have been the big tither, would he? He wouldn't have big the big money bags at the church, would he? He wouldn't walk in the church with money jingling on both sides. If I do, it's because I got a quarter on both, 2 quarters in both pockets. Somebody say, man, I'm telling you, Lazarus was not the big giver. Lazarus was not some man that had a bukus of money, but he got in. He got in. Because you can lay money on top of money on top of money and still not go to hell. Because they got nothing to do with that. All it had to do with it was the blood of the Lord Jesus. Amen. He wasn't to ask Lazarus, What's the big deal? Why is that crumb not worth much? But all this is so wonderful. Because I ain't got to go to hell. A cost I do not have to pay. Because the comfort that I enjoy as he's got his head leaned on Abraham's bosom. And you ask him, say, why is this so good? I believe he's got his head on his bosom and Abraham not be stroking his hair. He said, because boy, it sure is comforting. Boy, I'm glad somebody loves me. Amen. This man been treated like dirt. I bet it felt wonderful to feel like he was loved. He didn't have a home, but he did now. Somebody say amen. He didn't have a home, but when he died, he became a millionaire. And when he left this world, he got a mansion. He left out of here with nothing and arrived with everything. Amen. Amen. Well, I'm glad we get there. I'm country as cornbread. But I'm telling you, when I get there, I will be city-fied, city-slicking. Like I'm telling you, the Bible said, it's holy Jerusalem. It's a city coming out of heaven. Amen. Amen. We're going to be city slickers and we didn't even know it. Amen. We've been used to redneck living and country living. We're going to be city-fied. Amen. Living in mansions. Ain't going to know how to have it. We're just going to have a time every day. Run the match, run the match. And say, I can't believe this is mine. I can't believe I get to stay here. I can't believe this has happened.
Yeah. Where's the dust at?
Yeah, man. There ain't anything dirt. Help there, amen.
Amen.
Listen to this, I'll give you this. A cost I do not have to pay. A comfort I enjoy. A change that fixed it all. I like to listen to this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it'll help you. Because it really is helping me at the moment. And in verse 25, it said, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things. Likewise, Lazarus evil things. But now, it changed positions. But now, he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Lazarus was the beggar, and you were the rich man. Now Lazarus is the rich man, and you are the beggar. Amen. I'm not rejoicing that he's in hell, but I'm just telling you they switched positions. And Lazarus had been begging for just a crumb of food. And here a rich man is on his knees crying out for one drop of water. They switched positions. He became a rich man, and the rich man became a beggar. And because heaven fixes it all, amen. The Bible says over there in verse 21 that he is full of sores. But after that verse, and after he goes to heaven, you don't find a sore one on Lazarus. You don't find remission sores. You don't even find the memory that the sores had ever even been there. Amen. Hey. Boy, I am so glad that when we get to heaven, it's going to be glory. Somebody said, glory won't roll. When the roll is called in glory, go ahead and do it now. Amen. Hey, don't wait till you get there to do it. Do it now. Amen. I'm glad I'm gone. Amen.
Right.
The change that fixed it all. He left with sores. He got there with none. He left hungry, but he got there full. He left there with nothing, but he got there with everything. Listen to this. Let me give you this. I'll just give you this other thought here and I'll get on the outline. But let me give you this. Verse number 24 said the rich man, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. And send Lazarus, they may dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I'm tormented in this flame. But to me, that makes it sound like that Lazarus must have had an overabundance of water that he could spare a little bit. Lazarus must have had enough water that it didn't matter if he gave a rich man some water. He said, well, just give me a little drip of water. I just need a drop of water. That's all I need. He's a begging for water. And Lazarus has got it all. I believe there's water flowing everywhere. I believe there's houses that are beautiful and gorgeous, mansions everywhere. I believe this place of Abraham's bosom was not a step down from heaven. I believe there's a little bit of heaven to go to heaven in. Amen. Amen. And whenever Jesus went to the cross and died on the cross, He took those that were in captivity and held them and took them up to heaven. Amen. Because when they were saved in the Old Testament, this way I know to describe it, is they were saved on credit. But when they got saved, when Jesus died on Calvary, the credit debt was paid. Amen.
Amen.
All those who were saved on credit from the cross back, the blood had been shed. Jesus had died, and all the debt had been paid.
Amen.
So he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. By the way, Lazarus was one of them. Yeah, man, Lazarus was one of them. Wow, I can't talk about that right at the moment. That helped me. He was one of them heading that direction. So Lazarus, hold on a minute. You thought that way. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. It's getting ready to get even better, Lazarus. Hold on a minute. It's getting ready to get even better. And it did. Let me give you this. The Bible said that he asked him for water. Just give me some water. Would you please give me some water? Just give me some water. Because Lazarus had it. Lazarus had water. He had what he needed. He didn't have enough to survive down here. But when he got up there, he had enough to thrive. Not even just survive.
Amen.
He had enough to live on and on and on and on throughout eternity. And never lose a drop.
Amen.
He had enough food to last for all eternity and never get hungry again. I tell you, he had it all. The Bible said there's going to be a clear river. The Bible says there's going to be a fruit tree on both sides, a fruit and the tree of life. He wouldn't let Adam eat of it. You can read your Bible. I believe it must be something very important because God did not allow Adam or Eve to eat of that tree of the garden the tree of knowledge, the tree of life.
Amen.
Because they'd already ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They already ate of that tree. They've already plunged themselves into sin. That tree of life, I believe, would leave you in the same condition through all eternity. My personal opinion. You can take it for what it is. But I believe that tree of life was a tree that would keep you in the condition you were in throughout eternity. Then when he changes our vile bodies in the likeness of his glorious body, the Bible says that there's a tree of life on both sides. I believe he must say, well, it's all right for you to stay this way for the rest of your life. Have that tree. Have at the tree of life. Go ahead, eat your some. You can stop this forever, be this life.
Amen.
Amen. There's fruit trees. There's water. There's abundance. That's why the Bible said there's mansions. It ain't rooms. The Bible said this, John 14. In my Father's house are many mansions. And this is a verse where I take it, throw all the rest of that junk out about rooms. And if it were not so, I would have told you.
Amen.
So, wait a minute, I will not take anybody else's opinion about my mansion unless Jesus tells me different about my mansion. Amen. I've got one. I don't have to have it. I would live in a shack just to get to be with Jesus. But I'm just saying, he has not given us a little bit. He's given us all of it in great abundance.
Amen.
Even though we do not deserve it. Listen to this. Now I'm done. Wait to come on, piano. Won't you imagine sing that song of Brighter Day? Listen to this. He said, but Abraham said, son of man, thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things. Likewise Lazarus evil things. But now it's covered and thou art tormented. I thought about this. If the rich man has a memory in hell, I believe Lazarus has got a memory in heaven.
Amen.
I say that because the Bible said that when they saw Elijah and Moses on top of the mountain of Mount Transfiguration talking with Jesus, the Bible said they knew that it was Elijah and they knew that it was Moses. He said, how'd they know that? Listen, you got to think about it. They've never seen either one of them.
Amen.
And yet they knew them. And the words they said, if you go back and read your Bible, in Matthew 17, they ain't no place where either one of them ever says your name. So how is that? I believe because just by facial recognition in glory, we will know one another for all eternity.
Amen.
I hate to know, I'd be dumber up there than I am down here. Wouldn't you?
Amen.
I tell you, I wouldn't know as much then as I know now. God is not that way. believe we'll have a memory up there. I don't believe we'll remember sin and carnality and things like that. But I believe we'll have the fond memories and the good memories. Because in hell they got memory and it torments them. But in heaven we'll have a memory that helps us and uplifts us and encourages us every day.
Amen.
And I say that to say this. I believe Lazarus could remember a day when he met Jesus. I don't know if he met him in person or if somebody told him one day, hey, you need to be saved. You need to put faith and trust in the Lord. You need God, Lazarus. That's what you need. And somewhere along the line, I don't know where it happened, I don't know where it took place, but somewhere along the line we do not know. And the Bible does not say, hey, but somewhere along the line, according to the fact that he's in heaven, and somewhere along the line he bowed his head and cried out to God, and God forgave this man named Lazarus. Listen to this. Verse 27. He'd asked for some water. He said, give me just a drip of water. That's all I need. Just dip your fingers in some water, give me a drip. He couldn't do that. Verse 26 said this. He said, beside all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed. So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us. That would come from thence. I wrote down this. What's the big deal, Lazarus? Well, it's a place that I cannot leave. It's a place I cannot get kicked out of. I'm sure as a beggar, there's places he got kicked off of porches.
Maybe.
Kicked out of buildings. It'd get cold at night. And old beggar Lazarus, he'd climb in some store in the middle of the night trying to get warm. And that owner would wake up and kick him out. Say, sorry, beggar man, can't stay here. Lazarus, you're going to have to get out of here. You worthless piece of junk, get out of here. I'm sure he'd heard that a bunch of times. Get out of here, Lazarus. Get out of here, you old beggar. Get out of here. He'd try to get him some food and go in the store and just hope they'd be kind to him. They say, sir, you can't come in here. Get out of here. You can't eat unless you got money. Get out of here. Walk in restaurants, they say, get out of here. Walk in church maybe even, and they say, boy, you stink. Smell too bad, Lazarus. You're offending people when you smell. I don't really like you too much, Lazarus. Other people can't stand to be around you, Lazarus. Get out of church. Get out of here. But one day he found out that somebody wanted him. When everybody else had kicked him out and nobody else wanted old Lazarus around, he bowed his knee to somebody who really wanted old Lazarus. Somebody who really cared about old Lazarus. And he wasn't worried about the smell. And he wasn't worried about that he was a beggar. And he wasn't worried about it being a problem. He just loved him. And he cared about him. And he let him in.
Amen.
Those asked Lazarus, what's the big deal about it? He said, well, I've been kicked out of so many places. But this is one place I can't never get kicked out of. That's one place I got in. And I can't never get kicked out of.
Amen.
I got in here, and I don't have to leave. He said, I believe he'd say, sir, you said food over there. I can eat it anytime I want to. And nobody's going to tell me to leave. See that mansion? That is not only, I don't even have to stay on the porch or walk in and sneak in a room. That's my mansion. That actually belongs to me.
Amen.
But like, I mean, he ain't never known any wealth at all, and now he's got all of it.
Amen.
And he can't get kicked out. He can't get thrown out. No, beggar, listen, I believe Lazarus is probably really lapsed today. I believe Lazarus is probably shouting today. I believe Lazarus is just glad that he got in.
Amen. Right.
When this whole world didn't want Lazarus, Jesus did.
Amen.
When the world didn't give a rip about Lazarus, didn't care whether he lived or died. Hey, somebody who did. And when he did die, he carried him up into Abraham's bosom, set him down at a place of plenty, and gave him his own mansion.
Amen.
Oh, man. Lazarus is in something he'd never been in before. Lazarus this morning, or this evening, I'm sure it's probably not ever got over. I believe sometimes we get over being saved. But when we go up there, you won't get over this. You won't get over this thing of being saved. I won't get over this thing of being saved. I don't think it ever happened. You just be glad you got in. You'll be glad that you got in. I believe he was to ask Lazarus, well, how did it all take place? The rich man asked him, and a little while later he said, well, send unto my 5 brothers, that he may testify unto them that they wouldn't come to this awful place of torment. And by him saying that, I believe Lazarus must have had a testimony. I believe Lazarus might have testified to this old rich man as he rode out his chariot and fine gold and all the money this rich man had. This old beggar lays by the gate and says, sir, sir, let me tell you, the Lord loves you. Don't you know that rung in that rich man's mind while he's in hell? That somebody loved him when he didn't love him? Here's this old beggar. He says, I can remember a day that I bowed my knees to God, asked him to save me and forgive me, and he did. And that's the only reason that I'm here. I'm here because of Jesus. Can I tell you tonight, I know you know this, let me tell you anyway. Listen, I'm glad that I am not going because I'm a preacher. I'm not going because I go to church. I'm not going because I read this Bible. I'm going because of one night in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 6 o'clock in the evening, somewhere around that time, walking up steps trying to get to a hotel room and crying out to God where I was. And he forgave me and saved me. That's why I'm going. No other reason. I have nothing good to claim but my guilt and my shame. Hopelessly lost. I could not find my way up to his glorious light of love rolled down on me. I'm glad God showed mercy to people who did not deserve it. Amen. Lazarus is just glad he can't get kicked out. Maybe kicked out everywhere, but he can't get kicked out there. If you're standing feet, eyes closed, head, that's what God told me to preach to you. God spoke to your heart. Maybe you just want to come thank the Lord that he saved you. Maybe you just want to thank God for what he's done in your life. Thank God you really get to go where I got done preaching. There is a better day, a brighter day on its way. And the sorrows, memory of sorrow will not ever be again. As they sing this, if God spoke to your heart, you come.
day has come in. Soon our heartache will be gone. Sorrow won't be a memory in the life of heaven's sorrow won't be a memory in the light of heaven's
I want people to sing that tag a couple times. You do that, man? I want to sing that sorrow will not be a memory a couple times. Well, I like that statement. I like that statement. That's all the song said, it'd be enough. Thank God sorrow won't even be a memory. Trouble won't even be a memory. Y'all sing that.
sorrow will be a memory. Sorrow will be a
Yes,
memory.
yes.
Sorrow will be a memory in the light of heaven's
That sorrow will not be a memory. Amen. I'm glad when he went to heaven, he fixed it all. Amen. Well, I love the story of Lazarus. It blessed me. I've always preached out of Luke 16 on hell. There's a whole lot more than just a message on hell in Luke 16. I'm glad I'm not going to hell. But there's more than that to it. It fixed it all for Lazarus. It messed the rich man's whole world up. His whole life was ruined in a moment of time. His whole life is ruined and messed up. But that beggar, his whole life was ruined before he left. But when he left, it all got fixed. Aren't you glad one day we're going to a place where everything's going to be fixed? If you had somebody that you loved that died, you're going to see them there if they saved. If they were saved, you're going to see them again. They're just waiting on you to get there. I can see them running down the seashore of glory. They run to you and say, hey, good to see you. You say, it's been a minute since you've been here. It's been a second since you've been here. Been waiting on you just a couple of seconds. But I'm glad you made it. You said, well, it's been a long time. 1,000 years. Day with the Lord. So think about it, boy. It may not have seemed but nothing more than an hour to somebody in heaven. Said, boy, it's been a whole hour since you've been here. I'm so glad you finally made it. Been waiting on you for an hour. Glad you made it. It's going to be good. Reunions are going to be innumerable. I mean, over and over and over again. We'll meet everybody. We'll meet people who have got saved, who we knew in our family. We'll meet all kinds of people that we didn't even know that our life touched. Heaven's going to be worth it all. And I'm not going to heaven because I work for God. And you're not either. But I'm going to tell you, living for God is worth it because of where we're going. Now, I love the Lord, don't you? I love it. Ain't nobody like him. I do appreciate him tonight. He's wonderful. I have nothing to glory of tonight, but I sure do glory in Jesus. I glory in the Lord. I glory in the cross. I glory in the Lord, what he's done for me in my life, what he's done, and you have nothing either. Amen. I love you, man. I look for what God's got for us. On Wednesday nights, you come on back Wednesday night, and we'll study that last thought, amen, out of John chapter 6, and then we'll start going through the miracles of Jesus. Amen. I'm looking forward to that. But John chapter number 6, I'm looking at that last crumb. There's some more crumbs in the Bible. There's one more crumb anyway in the Bible. Saw one in Mark 7, Matthew 15, that's the same story. And we'll see one in Luke 16. We're going to see one next Wednesday night in John chapter 6. I'm going to preach out of that. I'm looking forward to study some more now. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to get Brother Wayne if you don't mind. Will you dismiss us in prayer?
Our dear gracious and heavenly Father,